Hey everyone, it's Rita from It's Rita to the Rescue. It's International Women's Day, but it's also the day after the time change. And I don't know about you guys, but this time change business really messes me up, and I complain about it every year, but I never do anything about it, of course. Does anybody? So I've been a little bit lax today in coming up with a project. And so it sort of occurred to me that, oh my goodness, it's International Women's Day. And I know that I do like a women's project every year. And I think, and not at all political, but one of my folk heroes is Elizabeth Warren. And this past week, as you probably know, she was running for president and she dropped out of the race. And so I kind of wanted to put together something that was sort of in honor of the hard work that she did to run for president. So I had a couple of years ago had put together a project when she was shushed by the Speaker of the House, and he came up with the famous line that's attributed to her, which was, "Nevertheless, she persisted." And I always loved that quote, "Nevertheless, she persisted." So a couple of years ago, I put together a little vinyl sticker to put on my car and to give to a couple of my old school feminist friends that said, "Nevertheless, she persisted." And it was really popular with my friends. So I thought, I think in honor of her and Women's Day and everything else, I think that having a sticker that says that would be sort of a fun thing to do for today. So, of course, we're going to do it with the joy. Hello, Mayra joining us. Hello. So we're going to do it with the joy, and we're going to do it with this awesome, very luscious, smart vinyl that I have here. It's a permanent smart vinyl, so I'm going to be able to put it on my car, the back of my car, and it comes in these 3 awesome holographic patterns. Sparkle, that's this one. Very nice. Threads, it's like a gold, like filamenty look. And then this one here is crystal, but it's pink. So I always think crystal is white, but this is a pink crystal. So I thought that I would make a bunch of these and just maybe send them to my friends who are persistent people. Isn't it great vinyl? Hello, Dawn. Hello, Paula and Danielle. It is so beautiful. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut some in this really pink, sparkly stuff, I guess, because women, pink, and all of that. And I've actually these are 12-inch sheets of vinyl. I think that's what I like about this smart vinyl is that, it's kind of a low commitment factor. I don't have to buy this big, huge, long roll of vinyl, and I can do it in all these different kinds of things I maybe wouldn't buy a whole roll for, and I love samplers anyway. So let me show you what I've done. I figure my sticker, my vinyl sticker or decal, is big enough. It's about 4.5 inches wide and about 3, maybe not quite 3 inches tall. So I can fit 4 of these on a sheet of 12-inch. 12-inch, and that's what this is. And just so you know, basically, let me just go back to show you at the canvas. So there is my design. And if I can, I will give you this design. I'm having a little trouble sharing files right now, and I'm not really sure why. I reported it to Cricut, but I haven't heard back from them. So I will share it as soon as I can do that. But anyway, so this is what I do. I have my file and I choose if I'm going to put it on a mat or without a mat. And you know, this is smart vinyl. So smart vinyl goes without a mat, right? So we're going to choose without mat. And this is just for one, but I think I can fit, what did I say, 4 on a sheet of 12 inches. So I'm going to change my project copy to 4. And you'll see, yep, there's 4 that have shown up here. And I can move these around a little bit. It's not a whole lot, but I can move them around a little bit if I want to. But I think this is a good use of my 12 inches of vinyl, 4 on a sheet. I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to hit continue. And I'm going to choose the material that I'm going to use. Now remember, this is vinyl, not iron-on. So if I wanted to do this in iron-on, I would have to mirror it, which is basically it just like flipped around. But iron-on is so that you cut on the back side and then you flip it around. So that's why you have to mirror it. But with vinyl, you don't. And so we are going to choose a smart iron-on, smart vinyl. And this is, I want to just make sure, this is permanent. So I'm going to choose smart vinyl permanent. And I am ready to go on this. Let me see if I'm thinking, I'm going to try it with a little bit more pressure. I don't know why. I feel like maybe it needs a little more pressure, but we'll see. And then the machine sort of brings it all in. Hi, Mary Lou. Brings it all in sort of to make sure, do you have enough material in there? Because it doesn't want you to get halfway through and be out of the material. And then you just hit go on your iPad or whatever device you're using. And again, you don't have to just use, you don't have to just use an iPad. You can also use your desktop. You can use your laptop. You can use your mobile phone, whether it's an iPhone or a Android phone. It works for all of those because they have Bluetooth, and that's what this runs on, is Bluetooth technology. And but you know, I'm in my kitchen and I don't have my computer here, so I just run it from my iPad. It's easier for me. So I've now created two little craft stations, actually 3, because I have a secret craft station in my basement where I keep all my stash. But I have, you know, my craft studio, which is in the front of the house, and now I'm in the back of the house where the kitchen is and getting everybody fed. And so I figured I'll just do this real quick so you guys can see it, and then we can say we did something for Women's Day. Tomorrow I'm going to be back and we're going to do some more of these wonderful cards I showed you before, and I know everybody is dying over it. Here's a couple more that I did while this is cutting out so you can see, but I thought this was really beautiful. This congrats. This is perfect for the upcoming holiday, and I'm going to even show you how to write on the inside. I know I did that before, but I think people want to know how to do that. And this is that best day ever. I thought that was really cute. And then this really pretty cheer up that I did with glitter paper in the background. Now, all of these papers actually that I did these 4 cards in, and then this one, the cheers, all of this stuff, with the exception of that black glitter, was from my stash of paper. So even though I have some of those wonderful card decks that includes the paper, the card, and then the the insert and the envelopes, I'm a frugal person, and I thought, I want to learn how to do that on my own with my own paper, of which I have quite a bit. Someday I'll show you just some of my paper hoard. It's enormous. So we're going to come back and we're going to do some more of this tomorrow, where I show you how to cut up the paper. And hi, Athena and Helen. Hi, y'all. Rita, you're such an inspiration. Learn it. Yes, more cards. We're going to have fun. Isn't this really cute? I love this one. And what I was saying is, like, all of this paper came from my paper storage. And if you're a paper hoarder, I don't know how you can't be, because there's some gorgeous paper out there. I'm going to show you a few tricks on how to turn your own paper into the cards for the insert cards. Although the insert cards are really fun, and I don't want to discourage you from buying them. I did hear in Australia they were having trouble with they've got the joys and everything, but they were having trouble getting their hands on the insert card packs, so we can help them out there. And this is the card mat, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet. It's really simple, but a card goes in here. Let me see if this is an empty card. Yeah, the card slips in here, and then it sticks, and you cut it out here. So we're going to do that tomorrow, but in the meantime, we are cutting out our stickers, our tribute to women everywhere, but especially to my friend Elizabeth Warren, who is the senator from my state, Massachusetts, and she recently did a very good run. I think she worked really, really hard. I know people are tough on her, but then again, I watched that Hillary special on Hulu over the weekend too, and I was like, wow, they really were hard on Hillary too. But I don't know. That's just the plight of women. It's so awesome to be a woman, but sometimes in this world, it's not so easy to be in politics and be a woman, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, not to get into politics, because I try not to mix my crafting with politics at all. But I just thought, for Women's Day and for this wonderful vinyl, this smart vinyl that I have, I just thought, wow, this stuff is really cool, and I have to do a little video. So, and I don't want to say I made a mistake, but I'm cutting 4 of them. If I were just cutting one, it would be done by now for sure, and so then I could stop talking. But so I think boy, I am really getting a lot of joy, not to be full of puns, but I really am liking this machine. It's so much fun. It's so quick, and I can just kind of like pop in. Okay, Maria. Maria's watching in silence. She said, okay, it's done. So let's unload it. I'm just going to move the joy away. And I don't know if you can see it, but what I'm going to do is, I don't want to bore you. I'm just going to show you one. So let's see. Now, this was something I designed myself back a couple of years ago. I forget when it was. 2016 or something. Maybe 2017 or something. But let me just make sure it's in camera. But it says, nevertheless, she persisted. And I suppose if you don't know the whole story, it's worth it to look it up, because it's just kind of an interesting turn of events where the Speaker of the House sort of scolded our Elizabeth Warren when she was trying to speak. And he said, I tried to tell her not to continue, and yet, and I asked her several times, and nevertheless, she persisted. And being a persistent person myself, I always thought, wow, that's just a great saying, and wanted to create a little thing. I actually might send one of these to my friend Mary she loves decals. She's a corgi lover too, and I think I'll send her one, because she was a big fan and a big supporter of Liz, and I think she still is. So okay, so I took off most of it, but I'm just weeding it a little bit. Ooh, I hope that I don't lose that in. Oh, there we go. And just going to weed a little bit more between the letters. It's hard to do while holding it up. But there we go. Someone asked me yesterday about the transfer tape. There is transfer tape, by the way, for the Joy that's, this width, 5.5 inches. But what I found out is that the transfer tape works, the old transfer tape, and if any of you got the recent mystery box, I think it was called the Snowbird, it came with like 4 rolls of transfer tape. You can use those things, and including the transfer tape on smart vinyl. It's not something like you can only use it on regular vinyl. You can use it, and I want to show you how I cut it up. Let me just get this last piece here. Is that right? Nevertheless. So there we go. And I love that it's kind of sparkly. Nevertheless. Paula is saying, I love the Joy. I find myself doing more crafts now because of it. And it's so convenient. I agree, Paula. I was thinking yesterday, I clean my kitchen more now. Isn't that bizarre? But I do. I clean my kitchen more now because what I do is I start something cutting on the Joy, and then I turn around and I'll do the dishes. Whereas before I'd be in the craft room and I'd be like, okay, I'll do those dishes when I get to them. And now I'm like, my kitchen's cleaner now because of the Joy. But, anyway, so I wanted to show you, this is just regular transfer tape that came on a roll like this. And I used my cutter, you remember that cutter I showed you, the paper cutter? And I put it through, you see if it's over here. Okay, yeah, it is. So I just took it and I put it through the cutter, and at like about 4 inches, this is what you do. You open it up, you put it through the cutter, and you cut it at 4 inches, and that's the perfect 4.25. It's like the perfect size for the smart vinyl, and then you're not wasting it, because I hate wasting transfer tape. It just drives me nuts because it's it is kind of one of those things. You don't want to buy it. You can reuse the transfer tape as well if you are doing a lot of transferring. But yeah, it works perfectly that way. And this is what you would do. I'm not outside with my car, but so you would just take the cover off of the transfer tape, and then on a flat surface is preferred. So let me see if I can do it over here. And you're going to put the transfer tape on top. And I use my little scraper because I'm a little fastidious about it. And then I do it on the back too. Like that. And then what you're going to do is you'll take it out to your car or wherever you're going to put it, clean that surface, and then you're going to peel it off of the backing here and then put it on. It's a transfer tape, you see, and you take it off and then you stick it to the car, and then you have to take this off. A lot of people forget and they leave this on, but you don't want to leave it on. You want to take it off. It's just for transferring. Okay. So that is our Women's Day project. Nevertheless, she persisted in honor of our friend Elizabeth Warren and her very valiant attempt at trying to win as president. Who knows? Maybe they'll put her in some other position in the cabinet or whatever. She really is one smart lady. And boy, it's so good to see women, especially on like National Women or International Women's Day. It's good to see women and to, encourage them to get out from behind and do things in the public eye, and just want to encourage her and all women out there. And again, I will give you this file, and as soon as I can. I'm having a little trouble sharing files. That's why I haven't shared the other ones from this weekend yet. The one for the dog and the one for the what else do we do on Friday night? We did. Well, no, actually, Friday night I don't think we did anything that was shareable because it was a free file. But so here you go. That's what you do, and then you put it on wherever you're going to put it on. I would put it on my Cricut Joy, but I don't want to cover the Cricut parts. But you know what? Can always just remove it. Just want to show for demonstration. So you would just put this on like that, and you would bray it on with, whether you use a Cricut card or something like this, and then you would peel off the transfer tape, and that would stick on wherever you were putting it on. You'd have to make sure it was all clean and everything. But it might actually look, I don't know. I'll think about that. He tried the transfer I have at home, and it didn't work, but I forgot to buy you don't need the Joy transfer tape, but you do need to make sure you bray it or burnish it like this really hard. And if you have difficulty taking off a vinyl, one of the things that I do is at first I really do it on the back as well. I don't know. It's just in my head. It feels like that's a good way to get it off of the backing. But then I also like bend it like this, and that way, if I just pull it off like whoosh, like that, I feel like I would lose something. So I bend it a lot, and then if there was like a little piece that wasn't lifting onto the transfer tape, I can sort of guide it, whether I'm using my little my pick or my finger or something like that, so that I make sure that it's undone. And I would recommend, if you're going to put this, like let's say you're going to put it outside, like on a car or something, I would recommend doing this part before you go outside, and then go out, clean your thing, and then you can just stick it back on that transfer, not too hard. Like that, not too hard, and then go out to your car, clean the thing, and then you can just take it off and put it on, okay? So you don't necessarily need Cricut Joy transfer tape. They do make it, and it works great. But you can use regular Cricut transfer tape. Some other people use different things. I've heard some people say that they've used some things that they get at the dollar store. Like I think it's press and seal, but I've never tried that. If anybody else has tried that and they find that it's been useful to them, do let us know, because certainly worth a try. I'm willing to try anything once anyway, and so why not, right? So anyway, that's our video for today, and do come back tomorrow when we are going to be doing these some more of the cards from the Cricut Joy, the ready-made Cricut Joy cards, and these are ones that I did just yesterday, and I did all of these using my own cardstock. And these ones here, that's my own cardstock too. This one here I did using the Cricut, the decks that they sell. Is this one the deck too? Yeah. These are the decks, but these are ones I did using my own cardstock and my own insert paper, and I think they look just as good. And I was able to choose, what I wanted to use, and I'm going to show you how to cut up your paper, whether it's 12 by 12 or 8.5 by 11, to make these cards for the card mat. So we're going to do that tomorrow, okay? Thanks so much for coming today. If you're not already following me on Facebook, I would ask that you do that. I'm waiting to talk to a couple of winners. I did choose a couple of winners for our for this weekend's giveaway, which is for an essentials pack. And so I usually have to confirm with them before I can announce it, because I have to get permission to use their names. So I will announce it a little bit later in a regular post. But if you haven't been, contacted, or if you check your inboxes, because sometimes you'll see it comes from me, it says, "Hi, it's Rita." So when it says that, it's not, I haven't been hacked or anything. I'm trying to reach you, and sometimes it doesn't come straight through for some reason, the way that Messenger works or something. But we've only given away two of the three, or I have only got. Where did I get the small? I did not buy those cards. I made them, Paula. I made them using my cardstock. Do you have cardstock that you purchased? Because the insert cards are perfect for you can make your own. And this is actually from the outside part is from an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that's cut in half the wide way. And the shiny on the inside is also paper that I purchased. This stuff here. This is glitter, but there's also this shiny stuff. And you can buy this stuff by the sheet at a local hobby store. I get mine from Michael's. This particular green one is from Cricut. It's actually a Cricut paper that I cut up, and I'm going to show you the dimensions and everything. But it's Cricut, but this is just plain old glitter cardstock that I had purchased. And then there's a gold foil. This one here is gold. These two actually, a gold foil, and it started off as a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that I cut into strips of 4 inches, and then from those 4 inches, I cut from those 4-inch sheets. It was a 12 by 12, so I did 3 strips, 4 inches, and then I turned the strips this way and I cut them the long way, and I got 6 of the insert pieces out of 1 sheet of 12 by 12 foil paper or glitter paper. And then from an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet, I was able to get 2 cards. So it's a lot cheaper to do it that way, but you do have to buy envelopes. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do that, Paula. So, and I actually have shown you how to do it in a other video, but I'm going to show you again because I think people got overwhelmed with all the stuff. So let's continue to repeat it and see if we can answer everybody's questions. But I love these cards. This card mat is great. I will tell you that the card mat does lose its stick fairly quickly. If you have purchased the card mat, it's not like a regular mat. It's got a different sort of a stick to it. And thankfully, they recognize that, and they put the retail price on it very low because they knew people were going to be a little disappointed that they weren't going to get to reuse it. But I also have a trick to make it last a little bit longer. And actually, because I have my order in and I haven't got my new mats in, so I wanted to show people the mats, but I was stuck because it was losing its stick. So I'm going to show you how to re-stick your mat, even if it's just temporarily, until you can get another mat in stock, which is what I'm waiting to do. So that's tomorrow. So definitely tune in tomorrow. And thank you so much for coming today. Happy International Women's Day, ladies. As soon as I have the ability to post this file, I will. It is my own file that I created from 2 different fonts. I'm not sure what the fonts are anymore. I think one of them was a free font from DeFont called Beyond the Mountains, I think. And then the other one is, it might have just been the Cricut Sans, the default one, the She, that makes the She. But I think that this one here, the cursive one, is from DeFont. So I'm going to give you that file. So thanks so much for coming today, you guys. I'll see you all again really soon. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to do those cards, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the extra sunlight, and just make it a great day.